Hey guys, it's me again, Nova, the edgy karate guy, your Tekken buddy. This time, I'm not here to talk about Tekken per se. I need to talk about something that has been going on, something that directly affects this channel, the passion I have for the things I do here, my content production. I have been enduring this on my own for years already, thinking that if I remain stoic, remain silent, and keep doing what I do with passion, I would eventually overcome this. But the truth is, it keeps getting worse and worse and worse as time progresses. So I think it's time I actually take my time to talk about it in the open. I believe people must know what has been going on because I can't keep doing things this way. The people that follow this channel and happen to appreciate my content deserve this much. For the people who don't know about this, which is about 98% of my audience, I want to inform you guys that this channel has been a target of a massive, organized hate campaign. There are people deliberately targeting my channel with the sole intention to attack me as a person, disenfranchise me and my content, censor me in any possible way they can. Let's start from the beginning. This channel didn't start originally as a Tekken channel. Before being a Tekken player, I have other hobbies and passions. I'm a martial artist. I'm a retro video game collector. I'm a guitarist and a builder. I build and fix stuff. This channel originally started as a very personal space, just so I could register and express my passions, my video game achievements, advanced technique tutorials, martial arts videos, music-related videos, and so on. It only started getting a bigger focus on Tekken because my Jin gameplay was appreciated, and I thank you guys for that. And people kept asking for more and more Tekken content, and so I did. As I kept producing videos, I started interacting with the Tekken community, making friends, interacting on Tekken-related social media, discussing on Tekken mechanics, game balancing, etc. But it all changed forever when I first interacted with this guy. And y'all know who he is. The main man Sui. It was back in 2022, Tekken 7. Ever since then, we have been engaging back and forth, and I have been proving it every single damn time with living, material, unquestionable proof that anyone with access to practice mode can verify for themselves that he has been misinforming people about so many things in Tekken as the years went by. Whether it's a character in particular he pathologically hates, whether it's about move properties in particular, whether it's about the state of the game mechanics or the state of Tekken balancing, whether it's his historical revisionism reaching its peak in Tekken 8, where he played this, in my opinion, shameful role of PR for Namco, where he advocated for sabotage Tekken movement instead of advocating for traditional standards of Tekken movement for Tekken 8. The whole saga is both documented in our channels, mine and his. You can find more about it here, 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 and here. But I digress. The thing is, ever since I first interacted with the main man, this interaction attracted a horde of rabid, irrational hostility and hate against me, as a person and as a creator. This hate is vile and for some reason deeply personal. It's like I have been branded with Berserk's mark of sacrifice, and now there's a horde of rabid demons out to get me. It turns out the mainstream influencers have a cult-like following, even though they might not willingly operate as cult leaders themselves. As much as the main man himself is not directly responsible for this, and I will never put the blame on him for this in particular. At the same time, he never once apologized when calling me a liar in our first interaction, when he claimed Tekken 7 Jin lateral movement was the same as Tekken 7 Kazuya lateral movement, which I completely debunked, refuted, and proved he was the one lying all along. He could have said, "Damn, I was wrong. I should use practice mode more. I should actually test the interactions before being opinionated about it. My bad, I'm sorry, dude. And life goes on, which of course never happened. So, while he's absolutely not responsible for this organized horde of rabid, irrational haters that dedicate time of their lives to harm people they never even saw in real life, the fact that he did not apologize and use his massive following to punch down on me did not help the situation in any way. So, while he's not directly responsible, he himself had the actual power to prevent all this evil from ever happening. So, there's that. Of course, as time went by, an even bigger disgrace called Tekken 8 came along, and I confronted other creators playing the shameful role of shills and advocates for the destruction of traditional Tekken. Like when fighting GM, the lead player, made a hit piece against me, which I completely broke down to a molecular level and showed his true colors for anyone to see. Or like when Coach Kazama forged interactions on practice mode that go directly against frame data to prove me wrong. So, I have also attracted the wrath of other fan bases aside from the main man's because of these interactions. But it all started with the main man. That is where this cursed mark of sacrifice has been branded upon me. And what do I mean by this mark of sacrifice? What exactly has been going on ever since? Well, for all this time, for all these years, these organized fan bases have been doing everything in their reach to harass me and to make sure I cannot share my content on Tekken-related social media. They even operate within moderation powers just so that every single time I try to share a new educational video, a technique tutorial, a mechanical breakdown, a critique, whatever it may be, it's immediately censored and deleted. They even go as far as to straight up delete other people's posts when they share or refer to my videos. I would say it's even a miracle from God that my channel has been able to grow at all, with this many people actively working to disenfranchise it. But there's also the even uglier part. These people communicate with each other. They are organized. I have been informed by a Tekken friend a long time ago. There were dedicated Discord sections in Discord servers to hate me. They are organized. In the likes of, yo, Nova just posted. And then they sent the link of my post. That is why every single time before they started straight up deleting my post, my content, they just posted harassment, hate, insults, mockery, while of course mass downvoting my posts. But it gets uglier. In these Discord sections, there were people procuring personal pictures, posting personal pictures of mine for no reason, slandering me, putting words in my mouth, insulting me, calling me a schizo, even attempting to dox me. I mean, why? Why would someone do that? Let's just stop for a moment. I mean, ultimately, Tekken is a game. Have I ever done something in real life that would justify all this rabid, vile, irrational hatred against me? Have I ever spread hate, advocated for violence against individuals? Anyone who actually got to know me knows I'm not a hateful person. Even people that had disagreed with me in the past, when I managed to reach out to them and get to know one another, became good friends with me. I'm not a hateful person. I'm 100% acting on good faith. In my Saving Tekken 8 playlist, I have put my heart and my soul into this project. I did so in order to raise awareness so that we can, through awareness, voice our educated complaints and hope for a better Tekken experience in the future. If we are aware, if we are educated on these matters, we as a player base cannot be refuted. That was my goal all along. There were some videos of this project where I spent months of my free time producing each one of them. But what is the point of all this work all this effort if I myself cannot even share my content because it will be deleted and bombarded with organized haters everywhere I go? The vast majority of people who watch my channel so far has no idea this has been going on for years. They just watch my video and wait for the next, and that's it. They have no idea every time I try to share my content, it is censored and disenfranchised right from the get-go, completely destroying all the passion and the effort it took to produce. That is why I'm making this video, because I want to enlighten my subscribers to what has been going on, so that they themselves might feel more inclined to share my content when I post, because I cannot do the sharing myself. At this moment, this channel has around 6,000 subscribers. Only God can explain that. It means that, for the moment, I'm possibly representing 6,000 people who desire a more traditional Tekken experience for Tekken 8. But their voices are completely silenced because they are dispersed and unaware of what has been going on. An organized minority of 20, 50, 70 individuals hell-bent on hate completely destroys an unaware, dispersed, atomized majority. For all means and purposes, I am representing you guys. When they censor me, when they silence my project, they are ultimately silencing you, your voice, if you feel represented by my project. For that, I want to prove to my subscribers or whoever happens to watch this video that this hate campaign is deliberate and organized. By the way, low sodium Tekken mod, I told you I would use my platform to make this public. I hope you're proud of yourself, dude. So let's carefully read the rules for the Tekken community. 1. Basically no hate speech. 2. No flaming, trolling, arguing or insulting people. 3. No doxing or witch hunting. 4. No off-topic posts. 5. No spam, repost or low-effort shit posting. 6. Self-promotion is frowned upon. And within this rule, there are 2 observations. Let's read. Please contribute to the community before self-posting. Educational content related to Tekken does not count as self-promotion. Let's read again for the ones in the back. Educational content related to Tekken does not count as self-promotion. Alright, so here is where things get interesting. Despite the rule explicitly stating educational Tekken content does not count as self-promotion, I get my post deleted on the charges of self-promotion. But it gets even better. If third parties, if other people refer to or share my content, their post is also deleted. People I have no clue who they might be. They might be subscribers to my channel. They might have just came up with my videos on YouTube and decided to share it. I mean, who can tell? Well, these people's posts will also be deleted. How can other users posting my content count as self-promotion? Only God knows the answer for that. But then we'll go further. This is where it gets juicy. One of the moderators from a Tekken community just perma-banned me. I was permanently banned from a Tekken community. And for what reason, you might ask? Well, let's see. He perma-banned me on the basis that I supposedly do not contribute to the community and that my presence is defined by self-promotion. But my history begs to differ. My comments history tells a different story. I do participate in the Tekken community, and I do try to contribute, even beyond my own content. So he lied. And I even got a confession. Why do you even care? And you're right, this is not a lawsuit. This is just a character revealing moment, where one can tell who's real and who's not. And you did a wonderful job showing who you really are. But let's go further. I find interesting that this self-promotion rule doesn't seem to apply to other creators. Only myself, and myself only. Let's see. Magically, it's not quote-unquote self-promotion when a quote-unquote model shares her sexy Tekken waifu cosplay. when the quote-unquote models promote their cosplays and erotic content, magically, it's not self-promotion. Also, it's magically not quote-unquote self-promotion when artists promote their Tekken fan arts, their drawings and original characters. And a shout out to all the artists. You guys rock. May you pursue your dreams and show to the world your passion. All the power to you guys. I was just given an example, but in fact, it goes way beyond cosplayers and artists. This self-promotion rule doesn't seem to apply to other Tekken content creators on YouTube. The exact same role, the exact same position I find myself to be. And I have proof of that. And I'll show you guys how this is deeply, deeply personal. And that's it for today, guys. I'm sorry for having to dedicate time to talk about these matters. I just feel like my subscribers, all these precious friends I've made along the way, deserve this much, to know the truth. Sorry for putting you guys through this. I have been enduring this day after day, month after month, year after year. This is slowly killing my passion, my drive. There were moments where I questioned if all of this was even worth it. I have built this platform through so much work, even despite the difficulties of living in a third world country, where I wasn't even able to afford a PS5 to play modern games. What these people have been doing to this channel and to me as a person is extremely vile. But I know, in the end, I will persevere and overcome all this hate, especially because I have you guys at my side. The community I was able to build is so special. Everyone is so kind. We all share so much in common. And lots of times, you guys surprise me for being legitimate men of culture and appreciating lots of stuff beyond Tekken that I also love. On the same note, I want to inform you guys that I intend to push the channel to its origins. Most of you guys know that I have dedicated playlists for other games. So, I'll start sharing more of my passions, more variety video game content beyond Tekken, music content, and even martial arts content if God wills it. Thank you so much for sticking with me on this journey. You guys really are the best. I promise there will be great stuff to come, and we'll be seeing each other again. God bless.